Hey guys, so today we're going to be learning a really cool colour changing deck routine. So I did include this is one of the performances that you saw in the 1000 subscriber special video. So I think this was effect number 1 with the red cards. So if you've seen the performance of this trick already, you might want to skip straight to the tutorial part, but I'll just show that performance again right now so everyone who hasn't seen it gets to know what the trick looks like.
So what's going to be happening is the spectator is going to be taking any card they like. They just say stop at any point they want. So you can go through all the different cards. You can have any one they want. Let's say they say stop right here. So they can have the 9 of hearts or the 7 of diamonds. Let's say they choose the 7. Now, the spectator remembers the 7 of diamonds, gets lost in the centre of the pack. And just a snap, something very special happens. See, if we turn over the pack, you can see the cards have all turned blue. Every single one is now blue. And we spread through, we should find, look, one red card. And if we take a look, I'm pretty confident that's a spectator's 7 of diamonds. But look, we'll take it even further. Set the red 7 of diamonds over there, spread through, look, still all the other cards are blue. But we can take it even further, look, we take a blue card, and we just rub the 7 of diamonds on that blue card. And just like that, that 7 also turns blue. So you can see there's no red card left in the pack whatsoever.
Okay, so now you've got an idea about what the effect looks like. Let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into the actual tutorial, let's take a look at the items we're going to need for the effect. So firstly, obviously we're going to need a deck of cards. So I've just got a red deck here. And then you're going to need 2 other items. So I've got those right here. And the colour of this deck is actually going to impact these items here. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using a red deck, which means that these 2 things here are going to have blue parts to them. So you can see here I'm going to use a blue card box. And here I've got a very special card, which is actually a double backer. So it's got a red back on one side and a blue back on one side. Now let me show you why we're using blue. If I take the blue backed design and put it face up like that, and I take the blue card box, if I put these 2 things next to each other, it's pretty convincing that I have a blue deck of cards. Now when you flip this double backer over so it's the red side up, now it's convincing that it's a red deck. Okay, so that's sort of the basic premise of how this effect will work. Now if you haven't got a double backer, don't panic, there is ways to make them. I have covered this on my channel in the past. So up in this top right hand corner of the screen, I'm going to leave a link to my tutorial on how to make these sort of gimmicks. I give 2 different methods, one of which is very easy and simple, one of which is a bit better but takes a longer time. So go and check that video out and you can get a double backer straight away. And then just grab a different colour card box to the deck you're using and you're ready to go. Okay, so let's just quickly get into the setup. You're going to take your double back card and you want the side which isn't the same as the deck. You want that to be facing upwards, okay? So I've got my blue side facing upwards. And then you're going to place the deck into the card box, remembering which side has the back designs on it, okay? So you shut up the card box, put it in your pocket, you're ready to go. So you approach the spectator and you're just going to start talking to them about how you're going to do a card trick, whatever. And then as you do this, you're going to take the deck out of the box, okay? You're not going to make a big deal about how it's a blue box and how the cards are blue, because that, to me, that seems a bit fishy. I mean, why would you tell the spectator, oh, these cards are blue? It just seems a bit suspicious, really. If you were doing a card trick for someone, you wouldn't say the colour of the deck. You would just get your cards out and you say, oh, I've got a deck of cards. So I don't like to stress the fact they're blue. I just like to you stress it but visually, okay? You'll see what I mean in a second. But when we get the cards out of the box, there are 2 ways of doing this. The less risky way is just to open up the box and take them out so the cards are face up, like that. Because this way there's much less chance that you're going to flash that red card at the back. And they won't see that the cards have different back designs because you're holding them face up. However, if you're feeling a lot more confident or you've practiced this quite a lot, you can put the cards, so you've got the cards back in the box, you can take the cards out like this, okay? So you just take them out face up. This way it's a lot more risky though, because there's a lot bigger chance that you could flash a red card and that would ruin the trick straight away. But with confidence and practice, you can just take them out straight away, and it is a bit more visual because they do see the blue back straight away. But anyway, you take the cards out of the box and you say to the spectator, okay, what I want you to do is I'm going to have you pick a card. And you show them the blue back design. You're not going to comment on it, you're just making sure the deck's face up as you're saying this, so they're constantly looking at a blue back design. And you can flip the box over as well, so that's got the blue side up. So at this moment the spectator's really sold that the deck's blue. They haven't seen any red, that the deck is blue as far as they're concerned. At this point you want to turn the deck over like that, and be careful not to flash that red card, so just turn it over like that. And if that's a good way of turning the cards over as well. If you turn it like this, you know, you could flash the red as you do that, but if you do it like this, you're actually turning the cards away from the spectator. So even if those cards do separate slightly on the way back down, the spectator isn't going to catch it. Okay? So you flip the cards over and you're going to hold them in a biddle grip in your right hand. And this is going to allow you to do this sort of constant rotation of the hand to show that blue back design. And it's going to give the illusion that the whole deck's blue. Okay, because what we're going to do is this. You say to the spectator, look, I want you to select a card. So you swing cut off a packet of cards into your left hand, and you say, I just want you to tell me when to say stop. Tell me when to stop. Okay? So you're going to go through the cards, and every few cards, you rotate your right wrist so they see this blue back design. So for example, I'd say, okay, tell me when to stop. You can just say stop whenever you like. So like right here, right here. Notice how I'm turning my right wrist over all the time. And every time I do it, they see this blue back design. Now this is actually a pretty good illusion, because what's happening is a spectator is seeing the same card each time. Okay, it's the same card on the bottom that I'm showing them. However, because I keep counting off cards like this, the spectator thinks this is a different card. Okay, just subconsciously they think that this card is different every time. So it does create the illusion that the whole deck's blue. So it's really good for that. But anyway, at some point the spectator says stop. Let's say this says stop right here on the Jack of Spades. And you say, okay, you want the Jack? Watch, we'll take all these cards above the Jack and we'll put them right on top. Okay, so that's what happens now. The spectator's card is buried in the middle and you've slammed all those other cards on top of it. Now if you think about it, the double backed card is now right next to the spectator's selection, and this is going to help us, okay? Because what happens next is you say, watch, do some sort of magical move, turn the deck right over, and just pause for a minute and let them take in that the deck has changed colour, okay? If they don't notice this, you can sort of point it out to them. I've had people not notice it before. It is a subtle change, but if you do the stuff that I said before, you know, really stress that colour blue with the visual aids, then you should be okay. So hopefully they'll notice that the deck has turned red, it's a different colour, they'll be sort of impressed, and then you're going to go through the deck until you see that card. So what I like to do is I like to hand off a few cards at the time, flash the bottom to show it's all normal, and then put them down. So I just sort of look, every card in the deck is red. Every single one. Okay, and you keep doing this until you get to that blue card. But you want to keep one card on top of that blue card, okay? So I'm fanning out, and when I see that blue card, I keep one card on top of it, and I flash all the others and put them down on the table. And this is because this card right here, this red card above the blue card, is actually the spectator's selection. But what we want to do is get this blue card on top. So what you do is you say, look, one blue card, all these red ones. So you switch the order. So you take the blue card from that position and you put it on top of the spectator selection. And now you're in prime position for a double lift. So you get a break under both of the cards, execute a double lift and say, look, one card, your Jack of Spades. And that's pretty much the effect done, because now, if you spread the cards out, there's no blue back to be seen now because it's the opposite way. So when we did that double lift we flipped the double backer over. So now the blue side is face down. All the blue is gone and the spectator doesn't know where it's gone. As far as the spectator is concerned, this Jack of Spades is the only blue card in the deck, okay, because there's no more they can see. So once you do your double lift, you take your Jack, you hand it off and you put it down on the table saying, your Jack of Spades is the only blue card in the deck, look. And then you fan off the other red cards. Don't flash these ones because they'll see the blue. So you just fan them off and say, look, the only blue card in the entire pack, your Jack of Spades. And you can just put all the rest on the pile and just show, look, this is the only blue card. And now comes the final stage of the magic. You pick a random red card out of the pile. Okay, chances are it's not going to be the double backer, especially if you've buried it quite deep. And if you pick one of the cards from the end of the deck, so you pick up one of the cards, you say, look, we'll take one of the red cards and watch. If you just take your Jack and you just give it a rub like this, you can actually get something quite special to happen. And then you're going to show them that the blue, make up some story about how the blue ink has switched to red, or you can make up anything with this effect. Make up your own patter, but they'll see that their Jack, which was blue a minute ago, has now changed to red, and now you can really spread the whole deck and show, look, there's no blue cards anywhere to be seen, and they'll be really impressed. Okay, and that's the effect. Okay then guys, that's going to be it for this tutorial. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, favourite, comment and subscribe. And if you want to keep up to date with what's going on my channel, make sure to check out my Instagram and my Twitter. The links will be down in the description below. If you've got any requests or anything like that about what videos you want to see from me in the future, make sure to leave a comment or tweet me and I'll try and get back to you or make the video that you guys want to see, because I want to make content that you guys want to watch, not content that I think you'll like. So that'd be really good if you could just give me some requests, guys. And as always, this has been Complete Deception, and I'll see you later.